Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a new video. I don't remember the last time I did a sit down video. It's been a long time, but I'm back doing the first sit down video I've done in a long time. I hope you guys are doing well. And if you're not, I hope this video can bring you a little joy and a little distraction from all the craziness of the world. I'm here with my minky blanket and my beverage. I'm just sitting down to chat and give you guys all the updates I owe you. I didn't vlog all weekend because my eyes looked so scary. I contracted, I don't know how. I think it was from somebody in the house, but the timeline of it also doesn't line up, but I feel like that's the only other way I could have gotten it. Long story short, I was home over the weekend for Easter and I had double pink eye in both of my eyes. I woke up on Saturday morning and my eyes were triple the size, so red, just unlike I've ever seen them before. I feel like there's a little bit of redness left. I don't know, you can't really tell, but this is the first day that my eyes have actually looked normal. So I'm so glad to be back filming. I wanted this to be a vlog, but I literally could not have, turning on the camera was the last thing on my mind because I looked like, you know how you look after you've been crying for a really long time, your eyes are so swollen and so red. I looked like that, but permanently. So I wore my sunglasses to church, I went to a baseball game, wore my sunglasses the whole time. There was just no filming happening. All that being said, I owe you guys so many updates, and I asked you on Instagram on Thursday actually, before I took off to go back home, to ask me questions, and I went through and screenshotted them last night, and there were so many good questions and I've been able to think about them, and I'm so excited to just sit down and chat with you and answer them. Hopefully you can play this video while you're cleaning, maybe doing an assignment, or just winding down, skincare routine, makeup, whatever it is, and we can just hang out and chat like we're on FaceTime. There are so many, and I tried to screenshot the best ones and the ones I saw the most of. As for just general updates, I'll insert photos, but I was home over the weekend for Easter. It was so good to be home. I was going back and forth because I move out so soon, literally in 10 days when I'm filming this. It's gonna be up, this video, hopefully a little bit later in the week. I have so many videos to post. I'm just so behind on editing, but this is gonna go up later this week, along with probably so many other videos this week and next week, because of course I'm gonna bring you along moving out and everything. But I move out in 10 days as of today, April 22nd. Wait, can I count? It is 10. I was thinking it was 11 for a second. Okay, that's no more math for me. My mom made the cutest, actually you already saw this on screen, I was gonna pull it up and show you, but I'm already gonna insert it, little Easter brunch spread. It was just really good family time, and honestly probably for the best that I wasn't vlogging because I actually got to take a real break. I don't know, I said before I left, I was telling Matt's mom, I just felt so stressed, almost claustrophobic, because I felt like time was closing in on me. I didn't want to leave home to come back here because I was having such a good time with my family, seeing my hometown friends, everybody, and I also don't want to leave here. And I was experiencing the feeling of not wanting to leave home, but also knowing that I have to leave here and not want. It was a weird juxtaposition, but a very big blessing to have two places that I love so much. That's how I'm feeling. I also cannot stop thinking about study abroad, but we're gonna get into that later because there are so many questions about study abroad. Also about our house next year. Ryan and I just went to see it. We just came back. I was taking pictures of everything. We've seen it before, but I haven't seen it at all this semester. Also, this is a photo I sent to Allie. Don't I look so good here? I got my eyebrows done today for the first time in so long, and my eyebrows grow weird. There's a gap. The hair doesn't grow right here, so I kind of just have to mess with it a little bit, but they finally look so clean. I was messing with my eyebrows for so long and plucking them, and I don't do a good job plucking them, but I finally found a place here, and I feel like they look pretty darn good besides the weird growth pattern. Looking at this viewfinder, I'm starting to second guess if they look okay. I always have issues with my eyebrows. They don't cooperate. Okay, anyway, I went to Pilates this morning. I flew back yesterday morning, so it's just been the usual routine ever since. But I'm gonna get into the questions, and hopefully this will be a long, chatty video. I know I'm gonna give you guys all my updates, but please feel free to give your updates in the comments. I love this little online community. I love that we all love so many of the same things, and I don't know, it's so fulfilling. It's a big blessing to have. So if you have any prayer requests or big life updates, please feel free to share them in the comments. I'll try to respond to as many as I can and just celebrate with you guys, pray for you guys, whatever it is. I also said when I asked these questions that nothing was going to be off limits, so I tried to pick out some questions that I usually tend to avoid. There's nothing I blatantly or intentionally avoid. I'm a pretty open book. I'll kind of talk about anything, but the only things I intentionally avoid have to do with my friends or my family or people that don't sign up to also have their lives on the internet, just out of general respect and courtesy. I feel like anyone who's an influencer should kind of do that and keep a little bit of a boundary there. But other than that, I'm just gonna be a wide open book. Questions about grief, long distance that I haven't really talked about before, obviously abroad, like I said, we're gonna talk about that. So many questions about like girl talk, college life, partying, being a Christian at a big party school like Colorado, advice, a lot of faith questions, people asking if I'm getting engaged. We just have like so much a lot of ground to cover. Speaking of girl talk, I promise I'm gonna get to the questions, but first I have to take a moment to thank today's sponsor, Parade. I first found Parade at Target. I hadn't really heard of them before, so in case you're like me and you haven't heard of them or maybe you've just seen them here and there, they make super comfy apparel and underwear. It's very community first and nothing goes to waste. They use recycled materials to make everything, and they also donate extra samples to shelters around the US so everyone can join the parade, which I absolutely love. I'm also a big fan of how everything's very affordable on their website. Sorry if you can hear the garters outside, they're just going at it. Very affordable, very high quality, and just super soft, things that help you feel secure. So I'm going to show you guys my 2 favorite items, starting with the Replay new scoop bralette. This is in the color Blushing Rose. I didn't understand, seeing on the website it says that this is cool to the touch, and I was like, how can a fabric be cool to the touch? This is actually cool to the touch, I'm not kidding. It's very flattering, it can fit A through F cup sizes, and I like that it has the back hook because you can adjust it to your liking. Come in! Riley and Lucy are here, guys!
Yay!
Yeah.
What's up?
Intermission from the ad. How's your day?
How was my day? Fine.
Yeah.
Nothing special.
It feels like a Tuesday. Alright, back to what I was talking about. Riley just left. She's taking my car. I was just talking about the Replay scoop bralette from Parade. So I got this, big fan, and I also got this thong. Hold on. The leaf blower is back. Did a little angle adjustment while I was waiting in the noise. But like I was saying, I also got a thong from Parade. It's the ultra flattering high-rise thong. I got it in black and white. I'm actually wearing the white one right now. It truly feels like a second skin. Doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything at all. No lines or anything. Very stretchy, and I mentioned feeling secure. It comes up all the way here on the hips. This thong is made with their new cotton fabric, very breathable and antimicrobial. With Parade, there's something for everybody, and they're giving me a 30% off discount to share with you guys. My code is MissKatie30. It'll get you 30% off site-wide, so I'll leave that down below in the description box, and it's only gonna be active this month, so it's limited time, and I'm gonna leave a QR code right here next to me on the screen in case you want to scan and shop. Of course, the link and the code will also be in the description box in case you just want to click that link and shop as well. So there's all the information you need to know, and thank you so much to Parade for sponsoring this video. Time to jump into the questions. Starting off strong, this is a very common question. Really struggling to be at a big school in a sorority as a Christian. Any advice? First of all, I just want to say I feel you and I hear you, because it is not an easy thing to do, especially coming from a Christian family where I grew up and going to private school, very much being surrounded by people who believed all the same things. You kind of feel like a fish out of water at first. That was how I felt coming to see you at the very beginning. I remember thinking to myself, one of the first nights everybody was going out, and so I just, you know, went out with my roommates. There was this big concert on the lawn, and I remember I was vlogging it too. I remember talking about how crazy it was to you guys when I got back from it, but I felt so out of my element. It was not easy, and it's still not easy, but I feel like with time, I've gotten more and more confident in my beliefs and more confident in standing strong in that, in a way. Like, I walk around, I used to be so hesitant to wear this hat to DG events or just out and about, because I was like, what if people are looking at this and they're judging me? This hat that I love so much, it says God is everywhere, and I love the thought of God using me when I wear this hat, which is kind of, I don't want it to sound too prideful, but I can't count the amount of times I thought to myself, okay, God, like, just give me a sign that you're here, or show me something. And if I were to see somebody walking around with something that says God is everywhere on, I would be like, wow, there he is. Or it'd just be a good reminder, especially at such a secular school. It's not often people are walking around wearing things like this. I think you should be so proud of your faith and so proud of the fact that it's not the thing that everybody else is doing. While I wish it was, and while I wish everybody knew the love and the joy that's found in Jesus, unfortunately that's not always the case. But flip the script, you know? You get to be the light in the lives of other people. You get to be the reminder of Christ-like joy. Also, try to get involved outside of your sorority in something like Young Life or a campus ministry, or even if it's something online. There are a handful of online Bible studies, virtual Bible studies, devotionals, places or avenues you can connect with other believers and find some friends outside of your sorority that you might be able to talk about your faith with, that you might feel a little bit more comfortable with in that aspect. But you're not alone, because I feel that too. It's not an easy thing to do, and it takes practice and adjustment for sure. How are you dealing with grief? I wish I could respond differently. I wish I had the perfect answer, but I kind of haven't been dealing with it. I've just been trying not to think about it, which I know is not the healthiest thing, but I'm kind of like, okay, I'm gonna get through these next 10 days at school and I will process everything when I get home, it's just, with things for me like this, especially not being home, I'm finding it really hard to believe that things have happened. In my mind, it's just like, I guess I can just be so direct and put it bluntly. I'm just thinking, oh, Avery's gonna be at home when I go home. She's gonna come play pickleball with us. She's gonna be at every function. In case you're new, I really tragically, sadly lost one of my high school friends at the beginning of the month. And so I think that's what this person is referencing when they're asking me how I'm dealing with grief. But I'm kind of just pushing it down, which I know is not the healthiest thing to do, but I know I'm going to process it when I go back home, everybody's all together, that kind of thing. What's helping me the most is just finding the joy. Grief is a reminder to never take any moment for granted, to wake up every day and squeeze every last drop out of good, squeeze every last drop you can of goodness out of every single day. I love that quote. I heard Taylor Chamberlain, she's the owner of Vitality. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of that brand, activewear. She lives in Denver, and her dad passed away recently, and she talks about how she wakes up every day trying to squeeze every last bit out of every day, and I just love that perspective, and it's something that I want to be better about reminding myself of, and just waking up in the morning having the perspective shift of, I'm so blessed to have another day, to be breathing, to have life, breath in my lungs, and life in my body, and such good people to surround yourself with. I think it's also important, I don't like to be vulnerable, I don't like hard emotions, but I don't like crying in front of my friends, but I've had to be vulnerable and just let go and be honest that I need their support when I do. It also brings me a lot of comfort knowing that Avery is with Jesus, knowing that she's in heaven, and it's made me think a lot about, not to be so morbid, death, if I'm being totally honest, and how fragile life is. Truly, Avery had the strongest faith, you guys. She was such a joyful person, and one of her other friends posted something on Instagram, and she was like, I have so much to tell you already that I can't wait to tell you. Her joy just was so contagious. Her strong faith gives me so much peace that she's with Jesus and pushes me to have a deeper relationship with him. Okay, next question before I get too emotional. How long were you and Matt together before starting long distance, and how do you maintain closeness? So we were together we started dating in April of our junior year, so we were together through that summer, and then through our whole senior year, summer again, and then long distance started when I went here my freshman year. He was still at home that year at community college, and then he transferred to USC starting sophomore year, so now he goes to school in LA at USC. But I was calculating it because we were talking about this at dinner, and I used ChatGPT to calculate. I told it, and it wasn't totally accurate, but I said, this is the timeline of my relationship. You know, I'm home for around 3 months at the summer, home for around 1 month during the holidays, but I didn't really account for the weekends and like little breaks, maybe spring break or Thanksgiving break that we spent together. But it said 44% of our relationship had been long distance, and that was kind of crazy. I knew it was gonna be a significant amount of time, but that's almost half. So that's the story of how long we were together before. We've been doing long distance ever since, and I'm just so happy with him. He's perfect, and I feel like our relationship is thriving all the time. And I know it's easy for me to say that because we aren't dealing with like real adult problems, and I don't want to sell myself short or anything, but I don't say that to put on a front or to things sound perfect for social media. Genuinely, I feel so much peace with him, and I just feel like everything is right. It's just an overwhelming peace and feeling of sureness. And we don't call on the phone every day. We try to call every day, but it doesn't happen every day. We try to text throughout the day. You have to really embrace your independence in long distance and give each other a lot of grace. I feel like that's what's helped a lot. And also maintaining consistent visits. We try all the time to always have something on the calendar for the next time we're gonna see each other. Focusing on the little things. I love sending him Uber Eats. He'll send me flowers for things. He sent me flowers. These are totally so dead. These flowers, I really need to throw them away. I'm embarrassed that I haven't gotten rid of them. Okay, they don't look that bad. But if you saw them, these are really sad looking if you saw them before. They don't look like they're doing too hot. With long distance, I think Ryan and I were actually having a conversation about this. She's not long distance with her boyfriend, but they've had periods of, you know, shorter periods of long distance. And we were talking about how the idea of it is always harder than being in it. I'm in it right now, but I still think it's daunting to know we're going to be long distance when I'm abroad. We're going to be doing this for 2 more years. Yet I'm already in it and I'm doing fine. I need to cut now to Riley and I answering questions because she stayed in here for a while after she came in the middle of me filming the ad, and we answered a bunch of questions together. So here are those. We're popping in to the middle of the video.
Wait, you broke your thing.
What? I broke what? I know, I'm really sad.
Oh, it was broken
I'm
before?
really sad. Yeah.
I thought it was from it just falling. I think it was so boring on your phone.
I know, I need to make it fun. All my contacts are boring though. If that makes you feel better.
I remember I had yours as Katie DG and you got mad at me.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, all you know me as is Katie from DG?
I mean, I just put it as that.
What are you most looking forward to this summer, and what content can we expect?
Being tan.
Same.
That's literally it.
We're gonna hang out all the time because Riley's from LA. It's gonna be great.
I've had 2 job interviews within the past 2 days. One was at a hotel and one's at a country club.
Fancy, wow.
Living out my High School Musical 2 dreams.
For real. I'm so excited to be at the beach every single day. I'm gonna try to go as much as I can, hang out with my friends, and fill my days. I also want to take up new hobbies because I'm gonna have a significant amount of free time. I'm working my internship, but other than that, I'm not gonna be working outside of social media. I'm not gonna get a job in food or retail or anything. So I really want to pick up hobbies. I want to learn a bunch of new things. I feel very motivated to.
You want to learn how to surf with me?
Dumb gardeners.
You want to learn how to surf with me?
Yes.
That's
Should we take a surfing
That's my goal
lesson?
for the summer. Is learn how to
Okay,
surf.
we're gonna learn how to surf. I want to really work on my cooking skills because moving into a house is all gonna be on my shoulders. There's not gonna be the DG chef anymore. There's not gonna be my mom that I can rely on for dinner at home. Nothing like that. So it's gonna be all on me. I want to really learn how to cook well, memorize recipes, meal prep, ingredient prep, everything in the book. I need to compartmentalize this and make a list of all the things I want to do, and then I'll get back to you. Maybe I'll do a whole video on it.
Day of my life learning how to surf.
For a while, I wanted to do my own nails. I feel like that would save me so much money. What happened? Oh, that sucks.
And
then you want to pick them all off when one goes.
Want to hear something funny?
Yeah, let's hear it.
It came off in class and I put it in my pocket, and I went to the bathroom and it fell down the toilet. So I can't even glue it back in.
Oh my gosh. You like pull your pants up and it fell down and it fell out? Oh, that's horrible. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't reach in there and fish it out.
I was like...
Yeah, long.
I literally just looked at it like this. It was so sad.
Definitely you can expect a lot of travel content. I have, I think, 3 trips planned now. Very excited about that. We'll document it all, of course. Is it weird that sophomore year is almost over? Yes, it's so weird. This semester went by so much faster than last semester, and they all just keep going by faster. Do you think it's weird that your freshman year is over?
Yeah.
I also feel like we have the kind of friendship where I feel like I've known you forever.
Oh, where'd that come from?
I was gonna get somewhere with that. I was gonna say, I feel like you've just always been part of my college experience, and it doesn't feel like you're a freshman.
Yeah. Why is
I need to stop. I need to look at you through this and stop looking at you through the mirror.
Yeah.
But is it weird that your freshman year's over? Do you think it's going by fast?
Yeah, the second semester has gone by faster. Like, I feel like it's still January.
I agree.
I think also just like everything that happened is like blending together.
Yes, definitely.
It's been like nothing like new.
Yeah, it gets very monotonous this time
Yeah.
of year, and you just know that move out is coming. What'd you say?
Big word.
You know that move out is coming, and it makes it go by slower in a way. How's Frat Matt? Frat Matt's doing great. He's amazing. Best guy in the whole world. Oh. When would you get married? Okay, there were multiple questions in this Q&A asking me, are you gonna get engaged to Matt soon? When are you gonna get married? And I'm like, I just gotta keep scrolling because I do not feel ready for that at all. But I know all across the country, all across the world, every culture, every town is different. Yeah. I know there are people in the South and in Utah, those kinds of places that get married really young. And I feel like I would love to get married young-ish, but not right now. I need to 100% graduate first before I even get engaged. Here, most people want to get married late 20s, I feel like. I would get married sooner than that. Like 23, 24,
I was gonna say.
But then I still think in the back of my mind, that's so young.
But also, like, it's not just about that. How long have you guys been together? Already 3 years?
Yeah.
By the time you're 23, you're together
too.
for 6 years. At some point, it does, like, age doesn't really matter.
That's true.
Someone can get married at 28 with knowing a guy for 3 months.
Yeah. It's all relative. And
all relative.
Everybody's on a different path, and it's...
Yeah.
Everybody's no judgment to anybody who gets married super young. I think you do you 100%, but I just don't feel ready for that at all right now. Oh my gosh. Also, I think I've said this before, I'm in such college la land. Like, nobody's married here. I don't encounter married people besides my professors very often.
This is very like a young marriage type of college, I feel.
Oh, Anyway,
no
that's that. What about you? If you could pick, what's your ideal age to get married? You don't have to answer if you don't want to. It's just fun to think
26.
about. Yeah. What is your favorite part of college life? You go first. I have an answer.
No, you go first.
Okay.
You've been in college longer.
My favorite part, I think, has been living in the sorority house and also always having people around that are going through so many similar experiences. Because once we... Who is that? Whatever. Once we graduate and move on, we're never going to be around people our same age group. We're going to be around everybody in society. It won't just be 18 to 22-year-olds. Not to say that college
No, I just want to touch on that.
Let's hear.
I was actually considering not going to college.
Really? Why?
Yeah.
I've never heard.
Oh, so many things.
Okay.
So it was a huge thing. But my aunt said the same thing. She was like, this is the only time you will be in a place where you're around everyone who's your age, who's doing the exact same thing as you.
And that's hard
You'll never have that again.
It's hard to imagine differently because that's what we've had our whole lives growing up.
But it's so different.
In school.
Because you're, like, living with them.
Yeah. College is a different
it's weird.
Kind of closeness, I feel like, with everybody. Because you really are going through all the same things.
Yeah.
I would say that's my favorite part. And you never get bored, especially in a place like Boulder.
Yeah.
Always something to do.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Always places to go, events going on.
There's so many options. So many Matt frat questions.
Thoughts on Matt being in a frat? I oddly get this question
Good for
often.
him.
In terms of, like, people thinking, I don't know, it's a super controversial thing. I think here, we're just so acclimated to Greek life that it's so normal for guys to be in frats, girls to be in sororities. It's kind of just...
And at USC.
Our social circle. Yes, and at USC. I think it's great that Matt's in a frat and that he has so many awesome friends. I think I would think differently if I had a bad experience, maybe. Yeah. That's why people are asking these questions, if they've had bad experiences with frat boys, which is understandable. But Matt's never given me a reason to worry. Are you going to move back to California post-grad? I really hope so. Are you?
Duh.
Yes, I have to. I feel like I have to, deep in my soul. But who knows? I could watch this back and be laughing, because God could have other plans for me.
Facts.
If I could have it my way, I would move back to Orange County, back to one of the little beach towns, have an apartment, work a part-time job.
Wait, I think I said this to you the other day.
Do you find it hard to focus on classes at a more laid-back school? High school junior applying to CU. 100%. I think it's definitely a more laid-back school, which is I love because I'm not diehard into academics. I also think it's very dependent on your major.
Yeah.
Because there are people
totally.
Biomechanical engineering who are working their butts off every single day, pulling all-nighters, studying so hard for these insane
I have so many friends in
classes. Yes.
And they're always like, when was the last time you did homework? I'm like,
oh, I feel bad answering because I'm not working myself to be going outside of class. Well, your business, I feel like you have a lot more on your plate than I do. Do you think it will get more intense as the years go on?
100%.
Yeah.
Right now it's like you're just doing base level classes and they don't give a lot of homework. It's mostly test based, which I hate.
Because then your scores are only based on...
So it's like my grades like aren't the best and my mom is like, why? She's like, I never see you doing homework. I'm like, because they don't give us homework. I wish they gave us homework.
Do you ever get jealous of Allie? No, but I used to. I picked this question out specifically because Allie and I used to be so competitive growing up. We had to be separated in our classes. When Allie, this is actually really sad, when Allie and I were first put into separate classes in kindergarten, I started having night terrors. Literally, I would have nightmares at night because Allie and I were apart. We were attached at the hip. But we grew up so competitive with each other. We would fight all the time over who got assignments done first, whose hair looked better, just everything you could think of. we were fighting over. I wouldn't say it was jealousy, I would more so just say competition.
Yeah.
Did you feel like ever like you were in competition with your sisters?
Like, no, not like competition because they were older.
Yeah.
So they did everything first. But I definitely think I get compared to them.
That makes
by
sense.
like extended family and stuff.
Yeah. I have really big exams coming up and my ADHD is against me, girl. What do I do? Please help, I love you.
Girl, I need the same
I
advice.
have a confession. Okay, if you watch my videos for a long time, you know I've been on ADHD medication for quite some time. I have not taken it since January.
That's crazy.
I haven't been on it. I took it one day and I got a migraine and I think it was just my body freaking out or readjusting because it had been out of my system for such a long time. But I have not taken it consistently since the beginning of the year. It was dwindling a little bit. I just would take it kind of here and there. I would forget to take it, which is ironic because ADHD, but I would forget to take it, and then I kind of realized I think I can manage without this. And I think the biggest thing that I feel bad that I'm just talking so much. I hope it's not annoying to you.
No, why?
Okay, good. I think the biggest thing that I've done to help is create a consistent workout routine for myself, because I feel like I focus so much better on the days I work out, especially doing kind of harder cardio. And lo and behold, there are so many studies to back that up. A lot of people have said working out and exercise is like nature's medication for it, but it's different for everybody. But it's really helped me to be in a consistent workout routine, and I'm not really taking it anymore. And kind of just have learned to manage it. I think also because I caught it so young, or my mom caught it so young, took me to the right doctor for it, I've kind of learned what works and what doesn't work for my mind. What are you doing after you move out? I think you mean
summer.
Where are you living? Or summer, but since I already kind of answered summer, I am moving into a house and there's gonna be 7 of us girls living in the house, and it's close by and we're so excited. I said at the beginning of this video that I just had gone and seen it. So super cute. And I can show you a little sneak.
Where's your room?
I'll show you my room.
Have you picked rooms yet?
Yes. Unfortunately, I was second to last to pick, and it made me really sad, and I'm still kind of upset about it.
Wait, how did you decide?
We used a randomized generator, so it's just, I'm not allowed to be upset about that.
Yeah.
That's just the way the cookie crumbled. You know, we made it as fair as possible, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little jealous of the girls that got the good rooms, because I really wanted them, but I'm gonna love this room, and I'm gonna decorate it beautifully.
Yeah, you are.
And it's all gonna be okay. And there's so much wall space.
That's great.
With this room, obviously there's wall space, but I was kind of confined to the built-ins and the shelves over here.
Our room for next year has a lot of pipes.
Really? Oh yeah. Riley's living in the house next year. I'm so excited for her. And I told her that she's gonna find me lurking.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna want to leave.
We're taking your thumbprint off.
Okay. My closet that goes really deep, kind of like this one, which is awesome. Really happy about the closet. I just really wanted a room with good lighting. And it's has good lighting. I just need to get over it and stop being dramatic. This is a little entryway. This is all I can show you for now. But stay tuned. Someone asked, does being Christian limit or prevent you from quote-unquote college life? You could look at this in a couple different ways. For me, not at all. Because the definition of my perfect college experience does not involve substance abuse, hookup culture, crazy partying. All those things are not appealing to me and don't make up my ideal college experience. My ideal college experience is a time that I can get so close with my best friends, my girlfriends, make my best friends for life, make wholesome, happy memories. Obviously, I love to have fun nights going out with my friends for special occasions every now and then. I love our sorority mixers. I love all the like fun birthday things we do for each other. I don't feel at all that I'm missing out on the traditional college experience because I don't think I would enjoy the traditional college experience. I don't feel like I'm lacking. Okay, how many times can I say college experience? I don't feel like I'm lacking a college experience at all, especially because I'm at a big sports school, and most of the time I don't want to go out. My friends have to convince me, if you know what I mean. Next question, somebody asked about period products help. I'm laughing to myself because when I was home for spring break, Annie and I were in Target, and I was so determined. I was like, I'm gonna buy this menstrual, it was like a freaking menstrual disc, cup, whatever. I was like, I'm gonna try this, it's gonna be great. I wore it once, and it wasn't bad. I just don't think the menstrual cup is for me. I don't think I can do it. And I'm really grossed out by the fact that I have to wash it out. I was so confident and I was so determined. I think I need to give it another shot. And also I only tried one brand, and I like the idea of, if you're not familiar, literally it's a cup that goes up there. And it's allegedly you can leave it in for 12 hours and it collects more than a tampon. But especially being in college, living in a sorority house, I don't want to go clean that out in the communal bathroom. I just feel like that's so gross. So for me, my go-to is tampons. And sometimes I like to wear pads at night. I keep both because if I know I'm going to be sleeping for a long time, or if I just don't want anything there, I will just do an overnight one when I sleep. Here's my collection. Sorry if this is TMI, feel free to skip if you don't want to hear about this, but I just hate the idea of somebody feeling like they don't have information or that they're alone and feeling certain things. So I'm here to be your big sister in case you don't have one. I love this brand. Everything's all 100% organic. I used to use these, I believe this is Playtex. Love these also, but I just like the 100% organic all natural better. It gives me a little more peace of mind. But this brand is Cora. I switched to this brand at the beginning of this school year, so kind of in August when I moved here I bought these, but these have the wings and everything. I just keep these sitting in my little organizing cart in there in my closet. And then these are the Cora tampons. This one's kind of a multi-pack, so they have regular super and super plus, and then the applicator is plastic, not cardboard, but it's BPA free, which I appreciate because I am not a fan of the cardboard applicators, and these don't have fragrance, chlorine, or rayon. So I am a big fan of this brand, and that's everything that comes to my mind. Someone also asked what I use to edit my videos. I edit all my videos in iMovie, which I feel like it might be surprising to some people because I've been at this for so long. You would think I would have switched over to something like Final Cut Pro by now, but I just kind of have my workflow down, and iMovie works for me, and I feel like it's not broken, so I don't want to fix it or disrupt the workflow. Are you worried about long distance abroad? Somewhat. The only thing I'm worried about is the time difference, because I think I'm going to be in Australia. I told you guys I would talk more about this, and I need to, because now I'm so back and forth about everything. I'm still going back and forth about whether or not I want to do the 3 different places in one semester, whether or not I just want to stay in Australia, and if I'm just going to stay in Australia, if I want to be in Sydney or on the Gold Coast. There are just a lot of decisions to make, and I feel very lost in the decision-making process, and I know that's on me. I need to sit down, do the research, and I still have so much time, but it's kind of consuming my thoughts right now. I can't stop thinking about it. I'm worried about it, but I'm also very excited for it. So right now I'm not as worried about long distance abroad. I'm kind of more concerned about figuring out where I'm gonna go, which of my friends are gonna be in those places, if I want to do it solo. It's overwhelming me, and I know that's a blessing because the fact that I have so many options to choose from is a very exciting thing. I just need to do the research and kind of make up my mind. Do you sleep with a silk pillowcase or use a bonnet? You have super shiny hair in the morning. Thank you. I don't use a bonnet or anything, but I do sleep with a silk pillowcase. The brand is Blissy, and I got it on Amazon. Next question, what did you do to prepare for your freshman year of college? Looking back, this time is such a blur, but it was also the best time, I think, of my life. It was so much fun. The summer in between graduating and going to college, I bought a lot of stuff early, which brought me peace of mind because I was excited about the things I was going to put in my room, and I watched so many TikToks, so many YouTube videos about people moving in, because I really wanted to know. If you've watched this video to this point, you can probably gather that I don't like unknown, and like I was saying, I don't really love change. But I was trying to be as prepared as possible and allow myself to have somewhat of an expectation. That way I wasn't going in blind. Looking back, I kind of wish I would have reached out to more people who went here. I didn't know anyone when I came here, which is so weird because now I'm thinking of going abroad and I'm thinking, what if I don't know anybody? And in this case, I want to be able to travel with my friends, so it's a little bit different, but I am still scared of going somewhere new where I don't know anybody, even though I went through that experience being here. And I would really recommend rushing because I feel like you meet a lot of people that way, even if you don't end up sticking with a sorority. It's just it's like exposure therapy in a way. Is second year of college easier and better than first year? Yes, 100% for me. I love having my own space. The dorm wasn't bad. Somebody asked, I also have not answered this question. I gotta go back and find it. Somebody asked if I'm still friends with my freshman year roommates, and I haven't really addressed this because so many people have asked about it, and I was like, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but we don't really hang out anymore, and it's totally fine. There's no hard feelings. I think we just all ended up kind of going our separate directions, but I love them and I love our memories, and it's hard to believe that we lived in that teeny tiny room, the 3 of us, for all that time all together. We see each other every so often, and we were so excited. Emily and I ran into each other the other night, and we were so excited, and we were sending pictures to Kira, but we haven't really hung out that much outside of coincidentally running into each other. Are you on birth control? I'm scared to start. I am not on birth control. I don't plan to be anytime soon. but I'm not on it. I understand why you would be scared to start because I know there are so many horror stories out there, but if it makes you feel better, I've heard about friends that have had good experiences with different kinds of it. I think the non-hormonal ones. I don't even know what I'm talking about, so please don't take any advice from me, but I'm not on birth control. I love the next question. Somebody asked, would you ever do missionary work? Where? Yes, I really want to, and that's very much a recent feeling that I have in my heart. I've never really felt interested in doing anything missionary work wise until recently. I think I've always been scared that I'm not equipped to, or I don't know enough about the Bible. I convince myself of these things, but I don't know where. I would love to do missionary work eventually though. Getting to the end, I feel like these are the last couple that I screenshotted. What's your favorite song right now? Ever since I heard this on American Idol, they did that whole Songs of Faith episode, which I thought was so cool. In case you missed it, it was on Easter and it was 3 hours long. I was watching it with my mom, and Brandon Lake and Jelly Roll sang Hard Fought Hallelujah, and it was so good, and I've been listening to it ever since. So I feel like that is my favorite song right now. I'm gonna add it to my playlist called Spring, and I'll link it down below in case you haven't seen it. I feel like these are all my favorite songs right now. All the springy songs, but this is what I've been listening to. Hold on. It's this song. It has to be the one that also has Jelly Roll on it. All of Brandon Lake's versions are amazing too, but there's something about this version. It just is so good. I always love Zach Bryan. I always love Eric Church, country music. I finally turned Matt. I don't know if I did it. I think it just happened over time. Finally, Matt is a country music fan, and twangy country, like John Party. I guess John Party's not that twangy. Old 2000s country, and it's just been the best news of my whole life. I'm really happy about it because now we can listen to country music together, and he knows every single song. It's like he woke up one day and changed his mind about all of it because he used to be a country music hater. Sorry, Matt, for exposing you. I think I just need to take pride in this moment because I've just wanted this for so long and it's finally happening. That's all I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope it was fun. I hope you had fun watching me sit and chit chat and answer all these questions. I'm gonna go out to the courtyard and eat a hot dog, and I'll see you so soon in my next video. It's about to really go down. I'm gonna go buy boxes right now. I need to start packing stuff up. I'm gonna pack the winter stuff. My mom comes on Monday to move me out, so I'm gonna help move me out. She's gonna be here all week, which is gonna be awesome. But I'm gonna try to get as much done before she comes as possible because there's so much that needs to be packed in this room. So I'll bring you along with me. Love you all so very much, and I'll see you soon. Here go the move out vlogs, I guess. It's the last full week this week, so I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.